right, everyone, who would like to try some cheese and call it a video? Hi everyone, it's me. My name is Alanna and I'm a Canadian, but I live here in the UK. Now, years ago, I did a video taste testing British cheese and we haven't done one since, and I thought, this is a literal crime. So I went out and bought some cheese, 5 to be exact, cheap, medium, expensive, and we're gonna sit down today, have a chat, taste some cheese, call it a video. Am I doing this just because I wanted to eat cheese? We'll literally never know. Now for today's experiment, there are so many variables. It's probably gonna be really annoying, but I tried to stick with a medium-ish cheddar. At the very least, all of these are cheddars. And I've got my laptop, I've done the math, and it's probably wrong. But today we are starting out with our cheapest cheese. Can you guess what that is? Did you guess Aldi? Because you'd be right. So Aldi does their own cheese, and today we are starting with their medium cheddar. So this is 400 grams, creamy and mellow. Now, let's look at the numbers. Should we look at the numbers before or after we taste it? It probably doesn't matter. I wrote the numbers, I already know what they are. This is 400 grams, a regular block of cheese that you get in the UK. This cost me £2.69. No coupons, no specials. That was just the price there and then. So 100 grams, I've calculated all of these for 100 grams because they're all different sizes, obviously. 100 grams, we're looking at 67 pence. So this is our cheapest cheddar. I've got my little cutting board. I've got my big knife. I'm having a great time and we haven't even started yet. I guess the thesis of this video, I just wanted to have cheese. We haven't done a cheese video in a million years and I really just wanted to have cheese. But the concept is more expensive cheese worth the price? Or can you get really good cheap cheese? This is what we're going to find out. I feel like I need to stand. Okay, I find the end of the cheese block always a little bit plasticky, so we're gonna go one in. Beautiful. Beautiful cut to our creamy, I feel like I'm doing an unboxing. Creamy cheddar. Kind of all one piece. Does that make sense? Like, what's the word that I want? When it's all uniform? I guess that's what I want, really. Cheers to Aldi. That's a good cheese. I would happily have this medium cheddar. I love a cheddar. I love cheese. That's probably obvious. If it's not obvious, hi, I love cheese. As a Canadian, cheese here in the UK was really, really special, and it still is. I'm still in awe that I get to eat this type of food, so easily accessible and fairly cheap. Cheese in Canada, I find, is really expensive, and it's not great. This is a very affordable cheddar, and it tastes lovely. Nice. I'm gonna give the Emporium Aldi British medium cheddar 7 out of 8 everyday cheddar blocks. It's creamy, it's mellow, it's a nice taste. There's no weird aftertaste or anything weird happening. This is a really nice cheese. And for 100 grams, that's, what did I say, 67 pence? That is really, really cheap. So we started off well. Oh! This is unrelated, but I want to do it. Years ago, my family bought me this serving platter. It's got like the wood bit, like it's sealed obviously with the little flag. I bring it out for special occasions. I feel like this is a special occasion. Can you see that? While we're hanging out, how's 2025 treating you? You doing all right? It's been a little bit chaotic over here, I'll be completely honest. I work for myself here in England, which is such a privilege, and I really, really enjoy it, and I hope it lasts for at least a little bit longer. But it can be very chaotic, and I have found this last year, there's so many things that I want to do, and I feel like I can't focus on anything. At least not like really give it a good focus, if that makes sense. Can you hear the binman? Every time I go to film, I subconsciously pick the day that it's bin day. But when I talk about like trying to focus and stuff, some people are really into energy drinks. I can't. I'm really sensitive to caffeine and energy drinks as a whole. So like, I love trying stuff, hence this video. I love to try stuff and I'll try everything twice. But I find energy drinks and like high caffeine stuff really does not work well with this. Hope you guys remember to put your bins out. The best case scenario is that I could be more productive without increasing my anxiety, because that's already a thing that I'm dealing with, or without crashing out at like 2 p.m. Wouldn't that be nice? So Magic Mind reached out and I've been doing a 7-day challenge over the last week, which basically just means I've been having Magic Mind every day for the last 7 days. Now, Magic Mind is a mental performance shot. So its whole focus is to make you focused. You want to be mentally clear, motivated, productive, while also reducing stress, which is very cool. They spent the last 10 years with a scientific advisory board of doctors and medical researchers to perfect their formula. Now, I've worked with Magic Mind before and I was curious, would it be different for me now? My situation's a bit different. I'm a bit different. I am older and more stressed out. But I've been taking Magic Mind every day as part of my daily routine. I feel focused in like a calm way. I don't feel like jittery or like up here. Does that make sense? I don't feel like anxious and like sharp. I feel focused and chill and calm and cool and collected, and I've done so much this week. It's actually kind of surprising. There was a day when everything went wrong and I didn't get to my Magic Mind until like 3 p.m. and I was worried like, what if I can't sleep or whatever, but I had no problems. If anything, my sleep this week has been really good, which isn't always the case. If you want to give it a go, try out your own 7-day experiment. Make sure you use my link in the description and coupon code NAPS20. I wrote it down because you get literally so much. So NAPS20 gets you 48% off your first subscription for the next 10 days or 20% off a one-time purchase. All right, remember that, NAPS20. They also have a 100% refund guarantee for the first 100 days. I've really enjoyed my week experiment with Magic Mind. I feel focused, I feel calm, I got so much done. So cheers to them for sponsoring this video. Link in the description, NAPS20, if you want to give it a go yourself. Next up, with our cheese experiment, a lot of experiments going on lately, we are talking about Tesco. So Tesco's medium cheddar. Now this is the same weight as the Aldi, although a very different shape. And to be honest, this looks less than the block for some reason, but it's not. It's the same weight. Let's consult the numbers. Tesco medium. This I bought for £3.20. No club card, no coupons, no discount. £3.20. For 100 grams, this is gonna be 80 pence. And it is also a medium, so these should be like very similar, although this is more expensive. Everybody rise for the ceremonial cutting. We're gonna get rid of the end bit. Again, always kind of plasticky on these cheeses. Cheese eye. Okay, feels exactly the same as the Aldi one. Very uniform. Looks nice, right? Looks like cheese. Cheers. This is not as good, and I don't know why. For some reason, it doesn't taste, it's got a weird taste to it. I mean, I'm still gonna eat all of it. I got so much cheese to get through. And it goes without saying, there's loads more supermarket cheese that I didn't buy. I did go to Poundland because I was kind of curious if they had a cheese. They just sold like branded stuff, at least mine did. And I also went to Co-op, and they had a couple of Co-op cheeses, but mine only had like extra mature, so I didn't do that one. But like Sainsbury's, Morrison's, all those ones I missed out. Honestly, I just couldn't spend that much on cheese and I didn't want to waste it. So before you get angry that your favorite cheddar is not included in this list, I'm so sorry. This is somehow not as good and it's more expensive. I'm gonna give the Tesco medium 3 out of 6 confused bites. For some reason, it has more of a weird taste to it, almost like artificial, almost like a weird aftertaste. It's not as nice, it is more expensive. I'm actually kind of disappointed. I feel like we're learning a lot today. And they're both green. Is that on purpose? I just noticed that. Next up, I'm throwing in something, and it's this. I bought this hunk of cheddar for a exclusive video. I've only used about half of it, but I thought, you know what? It's in the fridge. We might as well use it. This undetermined blob, can you guess what it is? It is Cathedral City. So Cathedral City, I would consider to be like a supermarket cheese, a run-of-the-mill cheese. You can get them literally everywhere. I want to say that this is probably a mature, but honestly, I don't really remember. This Cathedral City was £3.25. Okay, so comparable price. However, for 350 grams. And if we break that down for 100 grams, it is 93 pence. So 13 pence more expensive, probably. I'm not good at math. All rise. As you can see, I was grading with this one. Do you guys believe that if you eat too much cheese, you get weird dreams? We'll find out tonight. Cheers to Cathedral City. This is somehow worse than Tesco. We're getting worse. I mean, it's fine. It's a fine cheddar. I don't know. I feel so conflicted. This Aldi one has really thrown me. Hold on. We need another slice for science. Aldi again? Aldi feels more processed. I don't know why. Maybe it's a bit of the texture. But the taste is really nice. Creamy, cheesy, whatever. The Tesco and the Cathedral City, I feel like, are a bit less plasticky, a bit less of that texture, but I don't actually like the taste as much. I'm having a crisis. So the Cathedral City, hold on. Cathedral City, good run-of-the-mill cheese, has its place, decent taste, but yeah, for some reason, the taste of the Aldi one, I really, really like. It's super creamy, it's super cheesy, it's super mellow, but it does have more of a plasticky texture. Cathedral City, 6 out of 8 cathedrals that charge way too much for you to go inside. Good cheese. Tastes like cheese, smells like cheese, feels like cheese. It's a good cheese. Not the best cheese, but it's a good cheese. I'm just gonna put it in its raw glory on our board. Now here's where things get really interesting. So all of these cheeses are somewhat comparable. Aldi obviously being quite a bit cheaper. Then I'd say maybe Tesco and Cathedral City are kind of in the middle. Now we get to go to the expensive cheddars. And I bought these the other day at a cheese shop and I was so excited. I've been waiting to try them. Have a look at that. Oh my God. We have a couple things to discuss here because we are taking a bigger leap. I think the price between an expensive cheddar and a middle cheddar is quite drastic, and you're gonna see that in a hot second. Number 2, I can walk to 2 separate cheese shops here in England, which is absolutely incredible. I have never been to a cheese shop in Canada. Let that sink in. I don't even know of a cheese shop. I'm sure they exist, but it was never part of my reality. It wasn't part of my day-to-day thing. I could literally walk to this cheese shop and get this cheese, which is so, so fun. I've got the sticker for this cheese. This is the Wookie whole cheddar, and I gotta be honest, every time I see the word Wookie, I want to say wonky, wonky whole. No, this is Wookie whole cheddar, matured 200 feet underground in Wookie Hole Caves in Somerset, a unique atmosphere that gives this award-winning cheddar its deliciously distinctive flavor. So we already, the big jump already with price, again, you're gonna see it in a hot second. This cheese has a story. Those cheeses do not. This comes to us from Somerset in a cave. I'm so excited. Here we go, not wonky, Wookie whole cheddar, Somerset. Anybody from Somerset, big up to Somerset. Today is a good day. It's creamy, it's interesting, it's got a different taste to it, which these ones just simply do not. It still tastes like a cheddar. It's not too weird. It's very enjoyable, super delicious. I'm having a great time. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Now for price, Wookie whole cheddar. I cut into the middle a bit, but this sort of like slivery wedge. This cost me £5.94 for 264 grams. Okay, so quite a big jump up. For 100 grams of this, it is £2.25. Compared to Cheddar City, not Cheddar City, Cathedral City, was 93 pence. So less than a pound per 100. We're jumping up to 2.25 per 100. It is a big jump. However, this is delicious, creamy, interesting. It's got a story. It comes from a cave. We know the cave that it comes from. What did it say? Matured 200 feet underground. Like, very, very cool. This is delicious. I'm gonna give it, man, I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 wonky caves. This country is wonderful. You know what? France gets a lot of hype about their cheese, and rightfully so. French cheese is fabulous. British cheese? Maybe even better, to be completely honest. There's so much variety here, and there's so many interesting elements to the cheese. I've been talking for so long. I hope this video isn't too long. Cheers. So good. But we must move on. Now, our final cheese, the boss cheese, the most expensive cheese. I really wanted a cheddar that was local to Kent. So when I went to the cheese shop, I went up to the girl and I was like, I need help. And I said, can I get a cheddar that is as local as you can get it? And she said, we've got 2 that come to mind. One is a bit dry, one is a bit more creamy. And I said, let's go with the creamy. And she gave me this little wedge. Oh man, it really smells too. We're in for a treat. So at this cheese shop, it's the one where you've got like the big like wheels of cheese, and they've got the little like flags with information on it. So I took a picture. This is Winterdale Shaw from Kent, England. A traditional cloth-bound cheese made near Sevenoaks by Robin Betts with milk from his own cows. Cellar matured for 10 months. Now, this 174 gram piece, I paid £4.35 for, which for 100 grams is £2.50. So it ain't cheap. Cheers. Cheers to Robin. I'll tell you what, this is the most complex cheese out of all of these. There's so much going on in that. Incredible. A few years ago, I want to say during lockdowns, my partner for like my birthday or something bought me this cheese tasting experience thing that you did in your own home. So basically they ship you all the cheeses and then you get a like YouTube video, and the farmer guy who runs it talks you through all the cheeses while you're tasting them. And he talks about the farmer. So he's like, so this is a goat's cheese from Dave in Cornwall. He uses these kinds of goats. Like, it was very, very personal, and it was super cool. I loved it. And as part of that tasting, you kind of had like a wheel of tasting notes. And one of them was barnyard, which I think is one of the most noticeable differences between a cheese like this and an Aldi cheese. This is what I would consider a barnyard cheese. It tastes like a barn in the best way possible. It's complex. There's all sorts of stuff happening in it. It's quite strong. It's a little bit, not aggressive, but it's like punchy. It's really got a flavor to it. Delicious. I'm gonna give this 2 out of 2 Kentish cows. It's creamy, it's interesting, it's not offensive, but it's quite punchy. It's got real personality to it. I love it. And I have some thoughts after we've done this experiment, if you don't mind. I think all cheese is good cheese. There's hardly any cheeses that I've had that I don't really like. There was one time, like a baking cheese, and we put it in the oven. I was really excited. It was like a fancy cheese, and it smelled like how do I put it? A dead person's feet. That I couldn't eat it. However, I think there's a time and a place for cheese. Let me put this away. I'm gonna knock it over. I think our Aldi cheese is a great tasting, little bit plasticky textured cheese. I would absolutely have that cheese when I am cooking, when I'm making something with cheese. The two specialty cheeses, the Seven Oaks one and the Somerset one, those are cheeses I would never cook with, but say I'm gonna have a cheese board and you wanna really notice the cheese, or you're gonna have a like charcuterie situation, have the girlies over. You want cheese that's like interesting and noticeable, not all the time, but sometimes. So I think there's a place in this world for all cheese, but I've had a great time. I am so excited, and now I have so much cheese that I need to eat. But please let me know your favorite British cheese. It doesn't have to be cheddar. What's your go-to cheese? For me, I didn't include it because it didn't really fit. I love David Stow Mature. The 12-month mature David Stow is one of my favorite cheeses. Super tasty, strong but not too strong, not too weird, not too plain, just like a really great. It's better than the 24-month. In my personal opinion. The 12-month is perfect. Leave a comment down below your favorite cheese. Also, don't forget Magic Mind in the description, Naps20. Cheers to them for sponsoring this video. Thank you so much for being here. I had a great time. I hope you did too. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this cheese, but I'm gonna have fun figuring it out. If you'd like to watch more of my content, which would be so fun and so nice, appreciate it. How about this one? Taste testing British wine. Cheese and wine. Wonderful. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye!